And good morning. This is the Fitness Report radio show brought to you by the Fitness Representative. Got a special show today, a great show today. Feeling good outside Chicago. Some of the humidity left, so it's not super hot out there. We got nice little temperature, but it's not like where these guys are from in California. So we got two special guests, and they are from the neighborhood. From the neighborhood. We over here in Lakeview, and we got this really good nutrition store that I started getting calls about like a while back, and it was Rise Up. And who was that? What's that guy's name? It was Amanda. Whoever Amanda was with, he started to call me.
He called you?
Yes, he called. Well, he hit me on social media a few times and was like, "Hey, we have a store opening up, and what I want you to do is support it from the Jump Street." And I'm like, "All right, well, what are you at?" And he's like, "It's called Rise Up. I want you to go over there as soon as they open up and support." And I get there and I'm like, "All right, what's this?" So go in, great store, great setup, the great layout, and you guys have really good stuff. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna get into what Rise Up is all about, who these two wonderful people are, where they're from, what's their mission, and what are they all about. They got a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff coming up. So we really gonna dive in. But before we do, today is the day for behavior, and it's the day for just helping out and keeping those who are just without, I guess, the constant what would be a good feeling. So on the weekends and going into these holidays, we have a lot of people who really do go through it when it comes to their mental health. Yeah. So we have on the line psychotherapist Titani Harris, and she's going to come in and tell us a little bit more about what we need to do to stay right over the weekend and throughout this time for mental health. Titani Harris, how are you?
Hi, Jabori. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Give us first of all, this is Titani Harris, psychotherapist and owner of TMH Behavioral Services. And we just wanted to have her give us a tip for the weekend going into these next few days. We're gonna have nice few days as far as the temperature, but we do got holidays coming up, and we all know that just behavior in general, it goes up and down over the years. I mean, over the time of the summer. So what do you got for us? What you got for us for a weekend tip as far as what we can do to keep our minds stable through just these good times?
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on the show.
Of course.
Today's Mind Your Mental tip brought to you by PMH is don't believe everything you think.
Nice.
So, sometimes we convince ourselves of something regardless of whether or not it's true. And what happens is our mind goes back and forth from one idea or thought depending on how we feel.
Right.
Oftentimes, the mind works to support these ideas with evidence that may or may not be true. And so I've found this to be very common with the relationship we have with ourselves.
Right.
We often rely on how we feel instead of what is true. And this is not to say that our feelings aren't valid, but it's important to recognize when your emotions are lacking truth and keeping you from recognizing the reality of what is and not what you think.
Nice. Now I got one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the best way to separate your feelings from the truth? Do you think it's something do you think it's something that you can actually do? Can your actions be based off only what the truth is, or do you think feelings have to be included into that?
I think feelings are part of it, but I think it's important to recognize those feelings and then look at what actually is happening for you. Right. Does that make sense?
The reality of the situation.
Exactly.
Right. So I appreciate that. So we're going to have Titania on more. She's going to be giving us mental tips and taking us off into our weekends just in a healthier way, because we all know that in the minority community, behavior and mental therapy is lacking. And we want to thank her for the work that she does in the community. Southside 47th Street, TMH Behavioral Services. We look to hear from you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me. And people can follow me on social media, on IG at TMH Wellness Redefined,
nice.
And on Facebook at T Harris Wellness Redefined.
Nice. Thanks for calling in. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so like we said, we're going into the weekend, and before we do, we got these two wonderful people here, and we want to know what you guys are all about. We want to know what makes the company so special and so different from every other nutrition store.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot going on, and I've sat and watched you, and I've come in, and first of all, the shakes are great, the teas are great, the story is great, and as a non-believer, I'll tell you straight up, I'm not the Herbalife dude.
Yeah.
I was always the non-believer.
Yeah.
But as I've come into just seeing you guys and interacting with you a lot, you guys are very passionate about what you got going on.
Yeah.
And yourself, along with Bria, and I forgot the other girl's name.
So we have a few people on our team, new people actually coming in.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right. And what's the guy's name?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
yes. The Hutsu guy,
Yeah.
the sneezing guy. So, just for all you guys that don't know, like I said, they opened up a store right there in Lakeview, right on Broadway, just past Belmont. And once you walk in, you get a vibe as soon as you walk in that says, "Hey, you're here for some type of change, some type of difference in what you got going on with nutrition." So, like I said, we're gonna get into it, but before we do, we got one more segment, and that is the TFR tip of the week. The TFR tip of the week is brought to you by the fitness representative. And what I wanted to say for the tip of the week this week is to, once again, finish your summer strong. Finish your summer strong, and you guys can attest to this and what it is to get out of the situation in the right way. It's just like when you go into the last rep of that last set, or when you're feeling really tired and you've done all the working out you can do, it's super important to finish that set almost just like you started it.
Yeah.
The form can't change. The mechanics in which you come in and out of that set and that exercise can't change. You need to basically finish it out strong so that you keep safe, so that you get the most out of it. And it's like that for the summer also. This August, we got one more holiday coming up, and that's very important to Chicago because after that, school comes and then the weather changes and it's like, what the heck? But we're going to have another fitness expert call in, and she's going to give us her supportive tip of the week when it comes to finishing off the summer strong. And that is T Banks of T Banks Multi Fitness. And we want to know, we just want to know what would be a tip. And I'm going to ask you guys the same thing also. What would be a good tip in finishing off the summer strong? Just real quick.
I would say remembering why you started.
Right.
It's so like all of us start our fitness journey, our health journey, our life journey, our career journey for a reason that's deeper than that shallow piece of like, hey, let me flex in the mirror, you know? Right. So when you're staying present to that reason why, and you constantly reconnect to it and remind yourself why, because sometimes it's so you walk up the stairs and you're not trying to catch your breath.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's so you can, have your children chase you and not the other way around,
Right.
Sometimes it's like why Jay started, he was going for wanted to be the top of his class for an academy,
for police academy.
Okay, nice.
It could be so many different reasons, but when you know why in the deep part of your heart, why you're starting, and that makes it so much easier to focus and not get distracted by all those pretty white class clinking open. You know what I mean? So I'd say remember why you started.
Nice. That's a good one. What about you, Jay?
Same thing, but also being around a community that's going to really know why you're starting too. So that's part of why Rise Up works really well, is because we're connected and we know what people want.
That's true.
And we're able to help achieve that even during the downtimes. Because even for us, we have times where we don't want to go work out. And I'm sure you have the same thing.
Totally.
But it's like you have that gym buddy or that friend that's like, hey, let's go hit the gym. Let's go.
Somebody's going to be there when you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just really having that support to really be able to take you through those rough patches and pull you out and lift you up that's what really I say, find someone that can help that, or a community that can help that.
Right. That's perfect. Yeah. A community. Now it helps where we all live because it's very, it's a fitness driven community in a lot of ways. There's about 3 gyms in one area that serve as a spot to go to whether you want to play ball or just hit the weights or do both. A lot of different exercises, whatever. And then you got the lake. You got the lake and you got the parks. And like I said, we have T Banks who's calling in now, and she's gonna give more on the tip of the week. T Banks, give me what you got.
Hey. So what I got for y'all, tip of the week is for y'all to get out of your shoes. Get out of your shoes. Try working out with no socks on, just with your bare feet, so you can feel the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially if you're outside or at your home and working out, in your home. Feel the ground, connect with the ground, so you can activate calves, glutes, core better, get a better workout, get harder squats in, and feel the exercise more, burn more. Take off the shoes.
Nice. Yeah. So tell me, when you go barefoot and you're hanging out in the city and you're running around, so are you running around in like a specific area, or are you like doing a couple of miles on the run? Like where are we when we're barefoot? Because we're in the city.
Now, great question. Because it's a bit harder. And if you're in a city, like if you are running around, like, in the streets, you don't want to be barefoot because that's not safe. But, if you have access to a track or grass, or it's summertime, y'all, so get on the beach.
Yes.
Right? Get on the beach.
The sand.
Do some workouts without your shoes on the beach. Okay. Oh, yeah. And go ahead and buy those minimalist shoes. There's different brands out there that y'all can do. I particularly like Vivo Barefoot. That company has pretty good barefoot shoes that you can really feel the ground as if you didn't have shoes on.
Nice.
And still get that same type of workout to protect your feet while you're doing your workout. So play with those as well.
Nice. Well, we appreciate the tips, T Banks, and tell us where we can find you.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure. Y'all can find me at T Banks Multi everywhere, right? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm all over. So definitely, YouTube. Oh, I did say YouTube. So make sure you hit me up at T Banks Multi for further tips and just more fitness motivation and education.
Nice. So we'll talk to you soon. You'll be back on the show soon. So we'll hear more from T Banks, the fitness expert, real soon. Good having you.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So now we can get into the beef and broccoli of the whole situation. Like I said, I got these 2 famous people here. They're famous. They're becoming more and more famous in the neighborhood and throughout the city. These are the people that make Rise Up tick. They make us all rise up, because I know when I leave the gym, the first place and I make my own shakes. I got the nice Vitamix and all that stuff at home. But whether I have time or not, it's not even about that. My shakes don't taste as good as the mocha chocolate. Yada.
We had extra little love in there too.
Right. So when I met you guys, like I said, I was referred by someone else.
Yeah.
Was it Redmond?
Matt.
Yeah. So like I said, I was referred to you guys by Matt, and I haven't been able to stop coming in since.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the area. I travel for training and stuff like that. But every time I get off the plane or I get home, I'm like, yo, I gotta go in there and get me one of them shakes or teas. The colors, I'm like, what is going on here that's got me not at home making my own shakes? So I want to get you guys to basically tell us, where did it all start? Give us a brief history on Rise Up.
Yeah.
Now we know you guys are big in the Herbalife, and a lot of people out there who want to naysay and try to like not really follow what it is to be with a company.
Yeah.
Which I'm guilty of that also over the years. But like I said, you guys' product speaks for itself. Don't know that every Herbalife product is the same, but when it comes to Rise Up, the quality of the product is second to none. The store and the layout in general, to be such a small space, is perfect for everything that goes on. So guys, give me a brief history on where we even get, what's this all about.
Yeah, definitely. So thanks, G, so much for having us on the show. I'm Mira here with Jay. We're co-owners of Rise Up Nutrition in Chicago. It's a funny story. G and I were following each other from before we even moved out here, which is so dope, from like 2014 or something. So we were meant to be in the same room. Our souls were connected from such far
that was
behind.
Funny. That was hilarious.
But it's interesting because sometimes you get connected to people that you know in the future you're going to be working with. And that's why, like, even on social media and stuff, like, look out for those people who are those souls out there who are up to big things, who are changing people's lives, who are up to spreading kindness and love through fitness, nutrition, mindset, all of that. So Jay and I are both from LA,
California,
born and raised, and we moved out to Chicago in 2017.
Nice.
Before we moved out here, we were both on our own journey already, through business, through fitness, nutrition, spreading kindness. I would say my journey started when I was like 4 years old, and I'm a big Tupac fan. He's like, he is my soul from when I was a kid.
Yeah, I saw that quote.
If you're from the West Coast, I'm gonna read that quote because he is a visionary, as a lot of artists are.
No doubt.
And sometimes in their time they're shut down, but their lyrics and their words,
they last forever.
They last forever. So he said, let's change the way we eat, let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. If you can name that song, like hug over the radio to you. But those words go so deep because it's the reason why so many years later I chose to take a turn into the fitness and health industry. Because my background is chemical engineering.
Nice.
Completely different than what we're doing right now in business. Chemical engineering, master's in green technology. Nice. Very passionate about alternative fuels, green fuels, water technology. You're supposed
to be outside doing like mixing
in
stuff.
The lab.
In the lab. And I did that for a while, but I didn't feel like my whole soul was being fulfilled. I knew I was meant for so much more than for working for someone else under someone else's hours, in someone else's space, under someone else's rules. And my being is way too, even though I'm a small person, my being is too big for that.
Exactly.
So as I worked in that field for a few years, when I started my own health and fitness journey, being in the middle of LA, I had a lot of unhealthy eating habits tied to image. Like a lot of women out there, I did go through a long period of my life where I didn't feel like I looked good, so I did extreme things to try to look good, and it made me so unattractive on the inside, you know? So when I got my life together, when I kind of switched that up, I really started to have a connection with myself, and that's when I realized that the more that we fuel our body right, there's this mental fog that clears up in my mind.
Exactly, yes.
This is what Tupac was talking about. When you change the way you eat, you change the way you think.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't, if you're eating bad, like, you don't know that your negativity feelings, your hate feelings are coming from what you're putting into your body. And when we don't know, like, we don't know. But once you get educated you have the choice to change the way you eat, so you change the way you think. And when you change the way you think, you treat yourself different.
And it's food that goes along with treating yourself different. People don't know that,
A lot of times negativity and hatred comes from them hating themselves on the inside. So that's what they portray. That's what people I did too, like, portray on the outside. So once we change the way that we feel about ourselves, we can treat other people differently. And I think
true.
That's how we change the world. Like, my whole life has been about how do we make the world like come together, no color, like, we're all colorful. Jay and I come from two different backgrounds. First generation Americans. My mom's from Zimbabwe. My dad's from the Fiji Islands. Like, Jay's parents are from Mexico. Like, we're very eclectic. We have friends from everywhere. Like, it's a colorful world. Let's stop looking at color as somewhere we stop, but go into the soul, which is going to be full of a lot of colors.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
That's going to be a spectrum for sure.
Yeah.
So bringing people together, once people clear that mental fog, like you can be kind to everybody.
Yep.
Kindness.
That's true.
This, like today more than ever with what's going on, kindness is the only way. Kindness and love are the way that we can shift.
Yep,
Where it's not separating, it's coming together.
Yep.
And that's how I think that's why we're so passionate about what we do, because it comes from that. Like, and that's why if you're a business owner out there, when those obstacles come, it's the passion and it's the vision of what you see for the world that gets you through it. Because our journey in Chicago was not
been a rocky one.
It's been a rocky one.
I bet. Yeah, because it's hit or miss here. It's up and down here, and then you got to deal with the fact that this is one of the fattest cities.
Yeah,
you know, food everywhere, and it's not that food that we're talking about.
Yeah,
it's comfort food, so
it's
not
food.
easy. Yeah.
It's that, like, what's the easiest? What's the most satisfying for my taste? Kind of food.
Yeah, up that street, you got you guys. Do you even have? Is there another store? I know there's a vegan store a couple of doors down from you, but I don't see too many options when it comes to what you guys serve for the community. You know,
there isn't.
Not really too many restaurants that have like healthy options. Like even for us, when we want to go grab food, it's almost like
you gotta figure out. You might go back to your own space.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what do you think? What do you think, Jay? How about you? Where'd your journey start?
It started when playing sports, like growing up playing sports my whole life, right? And I saw all these athletes, professional athletes, like watching Kobe play, watching Jordan play, like growing up, and A-Rod and all them, and just seeing the lifestyle that they get to live, right? Like that professional lifestyle. Well, you get to wake up and play a sport, get to train every single day. So that's kind of where my journey started. And I've always known I want to be like a professional athlete, but never knew how, right? I got offered a scholarship to play baseball, but didn't take it because I know the percentage of like playing baseball. Like I have friends that are still stuck in AA right now, not making anything and trying to make it. So for me, it was just like, I've always wanted to help people. So that's why I was going to go through the police academy and then eventually become SWAT.
Wow.
But the more I talked to friends that were in the police force for 18 years at the time and different police captains, it's like the more I realized that it wasn't preventative, right? Like it wasn't proactive.
Right.
It was more of like if something bad happened, you're calling the cops. Right.
It's reactionary.
And through that journey, after playing sports for so long and going to college, I stopped playing sports in college, and I gained all that weight with all those bad habits. Got to my heaviest.
But not to cut you off, but that's what happens. Because I went to school also and ended up playing a lot of sports in the military.
Yeah.
Once you stop playing sports, your diet keeps with what you were doing while playing sports. Sports kind of negated everything you ate, so you thought you were healthy because you were active.
You thought you could eat whatever you want, and as a younger kid, you can because you're playing 2 days and all these practices.
Your body's just all over the place. It doesn't want to get big.
And then as you get older and you stop playing and stop training the same way, it catches up to you.
Exactly.
And that's what ended up happening to me. I was 281 pounds.
Wow.
My heaviest, and I was like, man, I lost that athlete mindset.
Right.
And so I was like, I need to figure out what I needed to do. Bartending at the time, and then I was going into the police academy, and I knew, like, for me as a competitive mindset, I was like, if I need to finish up at the top, right, to even be able to in the future look at being a SWAT officer.
Right.
So that's when Mira started helping me get results, and through that process, I ended up losing 87 pounds.
Wow.
And dropped 26% body fat.
Wow.
And that's what kickstarted this entrepreneurship and business, is when people started asking me to help them out. And
how?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the part, to me, that's the part that us as trainers, we started to envy you guys for that, because we were like, and even I have clients who I've transformed, and I used to look on social media and be like, damn, they got more props than me, and I'm the one who did it, So I noticed a few years ago that the transformation people who would lose all the weight like yourself, I judged them for a while. I judged them, and I said, hey, you know what? You did with some, you ain't no expert, this, that. So you kind of hate on it because they were getting so much publicity for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me join in this thing with them because hey, we're all in one family.
Yeah.
And whether you're the person who's losing the weight or telling the person to lose the weight and helping them, you're a part of a community of change, which shouldn't be seen on the outside as much as it is on the inside.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and open up and realize that is besides that, it's enough out here for everybody.
Yeah. Abundant mindset.
It's enough fitness, it's enough money, it's enough business for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's great to have you guys on the show as a trainer and as someone with a small business to promote someone else's because it's enough money out here for everybody.
Yeah. It's all about collaborating. It's
right. Exactly.
When it's looking at the mission, sometimes like if we're looking at like I need to feed myself, like that's when we're like, oh, like it's a competition.
Right.
Yeah. But if we look at the mission for the city, like Chicago, all the neighborhoods, how do we provide the same access to the neighborhoods that don't have access right now? That's the goal for us. Like right now we're in Lakeview, like people in Lakeview can go to 5 grocery stores. They can do whatever they like.
No food desert there at all.
Yeah.
But we needed to start somewhere so that we could build up, because the more we build up ourselves, the more we fill up our cup, we can help more people.
Exactly.
So at Rise Up, we're a nonprofit.
Right.
So looking at it
great.
That way, like everything that we do there is, number one, it's very easy to afford coming into Rise Up.
Right,
We've done that intentionally. It's not like whole paycheck. You know what I'm talking about? It's not like
some of these grocery stores.
You know, like here's the thing, it shouldn't be more expensive to eat healthy. Like that's our true self. Like
that's right. Those are the least amount of ingredients.
Exactly.
It's the least amount of process. How's it more expensive? That's crazy.
So we're all for that. So it's actually only $6 to get a smoothie with us. Like you can get a healthy breakfast with us for $6,
y'all. Healthy, great tasting smoothie for $6
with protein in there.
It's double that at most other places, including Whole Paycheck and stores like that, which don't even have a good protein source. No. The protein source isn't even that good.
But so, we have different options for that too, like plant-based or like if you want to be muscle building, like we even have like added BCAAs now, so you can make the plant-based ones for muscle building. So lots of different options. But like I was saying, like as a nonprofit, like our goal through that space is to be a bridge for people. Like how can we help more people? How can we educate people who have enough to take care of themselves to be kind? Like how do we open that part of their soul up? Because living on the surface, if you get your paycheck and you spend it at the bar and happy hour, like cool, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Cool life, you know?
That's true.
And you're living paycheck to paycheck. And then that's what you're teaching the next generation. But if we can help those people, like, yes, take care of yourself, take care of your mind, body, soul, right? And be able to help other people. Like that's how the city can come
that's
together.
The connection.
You know?
That's the connection that's needed.
Yeah. So right now, like we partner with a charity, and like actually on Sunday, this coming Sunday in 2 days, we put together care packages, hand them out to the homeless people downtown.
Yeah, I saw that.
Every G's gonna join us one day. Like,
because besides that, I used to do it on New Year's.
Yeah.
I used to do it on Christmas Eve and New Year's because I don't celebrate holidays.
Yeah.
But I would go down, and when live first came out, I started to live and record.
Going
out, helping the homeless, going down. I feel like I'm a little bit safer. So I go down to Wacker, sometimes go lower Wacker, just in places to be able to help those who I know. Because of course, somebody's going to scam you. You're always going to get a scammer on the. But I know that he doesn't have, maybe, he doesn't have as much as I've been blessed with. Yeah. So I can give him something. And I saw that with you guys, and I really do recognize that you guys really mean what you got going on. You're very into it. So I appreciate that.
So this is just the first one. Right. Like Rise Up is just the one for Lakeview. It's just even the word rise up, it does actually help people like wherever you are. Let's just rise up to your best self. You know, like that's the feeling she was talking about when you walk in. It's the positivity. Yeah. It's the everything that's outside. Like you're better than that. Exactly what she was talking about for the tool tip too. Like you can separate what's going on with your feelings to understand you can become your best self, and we can do it together. Like Jay was talking about, like as a community. Mm-hmm. So in Lakeview, it's Rise Up. Just watch out for us in every neighborhood because we're coming. We want to help every neighborhood, and we don't want it to be like something that's like super generic. You know what I mean? The one in Lakeview is for Lakeview.
For Lakeview.
Yeah.
The one that we're opening up next is gonna be for that neighborhood, named by the neighborhood, like built with the neighborhood, like completely. Everything is about that neighborhood because it's their home. You know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be something that's so like transactional. Like your life is worth more than just
the
transaction.
Yeah,
You know, so it doesn't have to be like you'll always have to come up to where we are. It's like no, we're.
And the listeners want to know what made you guys, and this is where it became like, I guess, the whole thing with Herbalife.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what ushered you into it as far as the nutrition side, but why'd you guys? Because they have what, Advocare, they have a couple of more out there that I see that really is garbage products. There's a few garbages out there. There's a few trashes out there, but I've done all my research and I can't complain about your system. I cannot.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. You guys were in New Orleans recently.
Yeah.
Shout out to the big event that you guys had.
Yeah.
And tell me what made you guys go with Herbalife?
So it's a great question because people ask me that all the time. They're like, "You used to be a chemical engineer." Like,
right.
Well, what? Why
you didn't make your own stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a few layers to that because I've always been someone that only does something I'm passionate about. I won't do something just because. I actually don't do things people do for just trend.
Right.
I don't do that. And when I found Herbalife, it was an interesting interaction because, like I said, when I was like 4, like when I was 8 years old, I actually had a dream about how the world, like it was my awakening at that age. I didn't understand what it meant. I didn't understand at the time, but it was like my awakening to see like what I can do in the world, like what the world is really meant for. And when my first event was a workout on the beach in Santa Monica.
Nice. Sunday. Traveling trainer.
Yeah.
Me.
Right. Yep. And everyone was playing dodgeball. It was fun, right?
Sir.
And when I got there, it was the first time I literally remembered when I was 8 years old and that vision I had.
Yeah.
Because I saw
it linked it really fast. Yep.
And what I saw is people from every background, from every career, from every going to school or not going to school, from every size, every person.
Right.
And there was no judgment.
Yep.
The same opportunity for health, and it was all about kindness. Mm-hmm. Like you couldn't tell who was the coach, who was leading it, who was the first timer. Like everyone was treated the same.
Yep.
And that was
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And it's not everywhere in LA that it's like that.
No,
it's
right up the road is not like that.
Yeah. And what it was is the community piece of it, but that's what Herbalife stands for.
Right.
It's that there's no judgment about anything.
Right.
Like I'm a first generation American. Like you know what I mean? Like my parents came here with nothing. Like his parents came here with nothing. Like they didn't get that same sort of opportunity because they weren't seen the same. A lot of you guys out there like may have been in your life once or twice or hopefully not a lot of times, but treated differently based on your appearance. Like that's not real. Like that shouldn't our vision of the world, that doesn't happen, you know?
Right.
And that's what we felt like it shouldn't be like that. So we're trying to create a world and an opportunity and a community that doesn't happen. There's no judgment. There, like whatever background, like whatever happened, like cool, like let's just grow together, change lives together. And then I just wanted to address like what you were talking about, like on the back end with the actual products and everything, being with my scientific background, I was very, very interested in like how they did everything, and I was so impressed. They actually get all of their ingredients from the country that it's naturally grown in.
Oh, for that ingredient. Wow.
Yes, like aloe comes from Mexico, the tea leaves come from Asia.
Great.
Like that's not what happens in every company.
I know, exactly. And once you do your research, you see that.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to commend you guys for not for going with Herbalife, because I'm not an Herbalife rep, but just for picking or just choosing one of the companies that is powerful in the fitness or health industry, going with that and making something happen out of that situation. So to wrap it up, I want you guys to tell us where we can find you. Tell her what you got going on, because we need to know. We need more people. It's rising up, but we need even more people to know where you guys are and where we can find you.
Yeah. So on Instagram, it's _Rise Up Nutrition. And then if you want our personal account, it's MJ24FitCouple. You can message us on there if you guys have any more questions, or stop into Rise Up and Lakeview East and come grab a shake, tea combo, and come have some good vibes.
Exactly. And now, as we go off the air, you guys got anything coming up?
Yeah, we have a few events. We have this Sunday. If you guys want to volunteer with us, 1 to 4 p.m. we're volunteering. Hit us up on that IG, and we'll send you all the details.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, we're doing a bend and blend, basically. It's a yoga class with the braid bar and
on the lake or somewhere. Outside. Okay.
But hit us up on IG. We'll have all of the events and things on there.
So I want to maybe have you guys here again.
Yeah.
Once the season starts, because for us, personal training season and fitness season starts in October on through the winter months. And I want to have you guys on again. Maybe we can collab and do some things. Definitely got some stuff coming up that I want you guys to help me out with.
Yeah.
And we shall see these people again soon. They're special. Going to Rise Up. What's the address?
2909 North Broadway.
2909 North Broadway, Lakeview East. Get there, go to Export, maybe get a workout, and before you go, get that tea, that Chi-Town tea. Leave there, go get that Michael Jordan or the GOAT post-workout. Much love to y'all. This has been the Fitness Report radio show, brought to you by the Fitness Representative. Represent fitness for life. I must admit, girl.